Yeah, man, tell everybody who you is and just, just roll with however you want to talk,
one and only Nigel DJ MC, Nigel Dale Jamal Moses McIver, if you want the full government name and game.
Yeah.
Power.com.
Already.
W-U-R.
Yeah, this is David Parkerx TV. We in Vegas, and I just met Nigel, and he's a trainer with the UFC. He writes music, he raps, he's an entertainer, and he has his own channels and everything, and we met out here, and he's telling me a little bit about Vegas and what goes on out here in Vegas, because he knows a lot about that, and he knows about the music industry. He has wrote music for people, so we just gonna let Nigel tell us about what's going on, and we can just get started like that. So you told me you wrote a lot of music and stuff. Let's start off about how you used to train people in your boxing, like you were telling me at first.
Well, I myself was raised by a lot of military veterans or street veterans from Chicago, Alabama, and California. Compton, Chicago Cowboys, military veterans from the Vietnam era, Pearl Harbor era, and every branch outside of the Coast Guard, which actually I served as a Coast Guard MMC E1 fire team boat captain. Yeah, Boatzilla, aka Nigel DJ MC. That was the last album I did before this year. Boatzilla 2. But Boatzilla 1 was done in Hawaii, where I called myself retiring. Why? I had already did a world tour underground. I had did a Bruno Mars show before Bruno Mars had did a Super Bowl show in Hawaii. We called it Blazing Down Blaisdell, a summer series where we had Bruno Mars show before he did a Super Bowl show, and Kendrick Lamar's show was about a month or two after that. Imagine doing the Super Bowl halftime show that Bruno Mars did ×2 with the whole arena hot box with weed. That was what we did for Blazing Down Blaisdell. For the summer series, Kendrick Lamar and Bruno's concert.
That was a pretty big deal.
That part, bro.
Man, you how long did it take you to put all of that together? You say you're a party planner, so
It was all about location and timing. See, I had 2 generations of my family that was in Hawaii before me, but the fact that I actually got to Hawaii between the times of 2010 and 16, and working on the cruise ship, NCL Pride of America, assistant head waiter, that was my title, but my role as master of ceremonies as always. I had people like Dog the Bounty Hunter wife sitting at my table. I didn't even know who she was. This is a funny one, right? Chick like, 30 people at the table, she's like, do you know who I am? I'm like, no. Do you know who I am? I'm like, didn't even know who the chick was. And then later, one of my assistant waiters was like, yo, that's Dog the Bounty Hunter wife. I was like, I thought that dude looked like Dog the Bounty Hunter. And then I was like, makes sense. They always want more attention. Celebrities, mind you, I done waited on people like CeeLo Green.
How was your experience dealing with CeeLo Green?
Oh man, fuck you, CeeLo Green. The only reason why I say that is because, bro, you got a black card, and I know I done waited on you at least twice before, and bro, you ain't took no more than 10 to 20%. Bro, I don't care how much money I have. Anytime I step in a restaurant, I don't even step in a restaurant unless I'm tipping more than 20%. That shit's no cap. I don't get that. So that's the fucked up thing that be fucking up black people. You the one that be fucking up this shit for black people. Nice job, CeeLo.
That's what I was going to ask you. There's a stigma about tipping when people is out, and especially with black people. So when you doing your shows for these celebrities that's black, and as opposed to when you're doing it for the white people, who tip the best?
Well, see, it depends, you know. I can't put it on the racial scale. It's more so I'd say like a class level. Some people that have money that are not giving, they hold on to everything they got. They're not givers. Now, mind you, I didn't play golf since I was 12, so I know people who got money. You're not playing on a golf course unless you got some money, period. But the lucky thing for me is that I got to play in the First Tee program. The First Tee of America is a program that gives you the chance to play golf for free. That right there, when I lived in Atlanta, opened up a door for me to go to 3 Masters events, 2 that Tiger Woods won and 1 that Phil Mickelson won. I'm a lefty. So most people think because I'm black, I'm more of a Tiger Woods fan, but no, I'm a lefty. I'm more of a Phil fan than Tiger fan, because Who coached Mike? But Phil. Hey!
So you were at those events, and when Tiger Woods won.
You know what's fucked up but funny? The 2 times I got to go to the Tiger Woods, one of the ones that he won, the 2 days I got to go, it rained delays. So I got to see like half or a third of it. But you know, that's what showed me, especially as a golfer, I got to play at the college level and the amateur level. Like, you got to be ready to play in all types of conditions. And I didn't really start playing in Chicago till I became an adult because I grew up in Atlanta. I played a few places in Chicago, but as an adult, when I played in Chicago, I realized that's one of the toughest places to play because of the wind conditions. They don't call it the Windy City for nothing.
Yeah, I noticed you told me you lived in several places, and I want to ask you about those different places and how the homeless populations are in each one of them, because that's one of the big concerns about my channel is that we try to help homeless people.
Right. In every city, there was someone that I knew personally. Atlanta was probably the place where I knew the least amount of, because I had such a big community of people. But one of my high school classmates who was on the football team, I'm not gonna tell you his name, but he has his own studio now, training for studio, like MMA, weightlifting it, because there was a time where he had to literally live on the bus or the train to MARTA station. Like, he had to constantly be moving to go from gym to gym because he was a workout, he was a trainer, he was a football player, but like, the shit was so fucked up, whether it's the pandemic or just situations in life, that he had to live by a bus pass or, you know, just to get by. And now, I mean, he's at a place where he's got his own studio. He got hella people following him on IG. I'll add him at some point if somebody can figure out who he is.
Yeah.
But he an Astro, like your boy.
That's what's going. That's what's
That
up. That's what's. So in Atlanta, how was it? You met a lot of famous people in Atlanta. How did they actually act? Because we want to hear about the celebrities.
Bro, Lenox Mall is the place. I seen Chili, I seen Usher, just like we walking and talking and seeing people right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, it was one time literally I was going up the escalator and Chili was coming down and I said what's up to her, hi and whatnot. Cool person. Usher, it depends on what type of mood. Young Jeezy, this is a funny story, right? So I'm waiting tables by Houston's, because Jeezy rap about I eat the spinach dip in Houston's. It's the same restaurant I was talking about where CeeLo Green ain't really took. And then also where I had quite a few good ex-girlfriends of mine. I don't know what it is about the salad bar over there. They love the salad bar. Anyway. But Jeezy pulls up in this baby blue Lamborghini, like sky blue, right? And mind you, the parking spots are set up in that area where the two restaurants are, where there's at least 2 handicap stalls because you have it for handicap. But if it's a $500,000 or $250,000 car, like a baby blue Lamborghini, you get parked in a handicap spot. So for some reason, a regular customer sees this $250,000 car parked out, and then this dope boy just walks out like this and walks her in the restaurant. And she's like, she has an issue. I don't know. I can see the look on her face before he even say some shit, right? Oh man. And so like I'm waiting for it. I know this people come up here and say something to me about the fucking family. She's like, excuse me, sir. He's like, yeah. We need to park by the handicap spot. I'm like, there's an extra handicap spot. She's like, well, that guy's not handicapped. I'm like, yeah, that's a $250,000 car, sweetie. If you had a $250,000 car, I don't care if you're red, black, green, fucking purple, or fucking alien. I'm parking that shit right in the front where nobody's gonna fucking hit it. You know why? Because it's worth probably a third of the fucking restaurant. It's worth more than you and probably your fucking husband makes. So it ain't about the. She's like, well, where are all the white people gonna park? I was like, see, it ain't about the fucking color. See, and that's your fucking problem in the South sometimes. We beautiful, but this fucking color comes out. I don't give a fuck. I was like, what? Where are all the white people gonna park? Lady straight up was like, I was like, babe, no. I was like, this is about the money, period.
Man, I can understand that, especially when you're working. It is about the money. You got to be paid right. You told me about here in Las Vegas that
Right.
the homeless people live in tunnels. Tell me about them tunnels, man.
Level. To me, like there's levels of homelessness. Like you have native people that like to live on the land, campers. That's not really homeless to me. But then you have people who like are either on some type of substance or drugs that can't get off of what they're doing, and they end up in a situation where they're living on the streets or in the tunnels. Now the tunnels to me is just another level of the streets. It's just, to me, it's like it's people in hiding. Like it's people I've seen, people I've known, people I've taken to dinner, taken out to eat that live down there. I've actually walked people down out of there and in there.
Into the tunnels.
Not by choice, just because they asked, you know.
But that's, yeah.
Yeah.
What does it look like in there?
Well, see, like it's in most places that you wouldn't think where it's at. Everywhere you see like a sewer drains tunnel.
Yeah.
That's a tunnel to the, yeah.
Where homeless people actually live.
All of them. There's one right in the Las Vegas Boulevard sign. As soon as you get off at the Deuce bus stop, you turn to the right. You're probably gonna see a shopping cart or somebody like a bag or something. Somebody down there in the cut, just under there.
Under the tunnels.
And what's even more trippy that a lot of people don't know, when it rains here in Vegas, last time it had a flash flood rain, 15 people died. Why? Because like you got people that's living under there. Flash flood come through, that's the whole water system. So just like that, gone. 15 bodies.
Wow.
Yeah, it happens.
Man, that's terrible.
It happens.
I don't know. If you could solve the homeless problem, what would you suggest to people?
I think it's more so. It's not every place. Every place has its own systems to help. It had to go by state. I mean, it all depends, you know. Illinois and
do you think
Georgia's done a good job. Vegas has a lot of work to do.
Do you think now one of the ideas we had, I know it's idealistic, but
yeah,
we always thought about the people, family, where they came from. If they were to reach out to anybody that may be still around that's left, that could lend them a helping hand. What do you think about that? Because my channel talks about reuniting homeless people with their loved ones first.
Oh, that's a good thing, because that's, you know, see, I think one of the biggest things that I've learned over the years, now mind you, I have an auntie who's a therapist for kids in Rancho Cucamonga in LA County, whose dad, my granddad, just got married a couple of weeks ago to his nurse, and is retired LAPD and a Vietnam vet first. Still screaming, fuck the police. But no, shout out to Pop. But I have two therapists in my family, one who's auntie and then one who is my younger sister, who was born and raised in Atlanta with me and my dad and their stepmom. And I never called my stepmom because I know her since I was a kid, so I felt like growing up I had two moms and two Christmases. Shit, damn near spoiled military brat. I grew up with a lot of military families, so my family was really big. My only siblings were my cousins growing up until my sisters more, so my family was really big. Grandma had 13, 14 brothers and sisters, and at least 10 of them all were in the military.
Well, you have a big family, so you have a support group for you.
And the crazy thing is, to me, like, I call them my Wonder Wilson twins. My Uncle Ralph and Aunt Dottie, they just had their birthday and they ain't even made 80 yet. Twins, both in the Army, male and female.
Oh, that is wonderful.
Retired.
That is wonderful.
That's something else, man. Like, it's funny, like, cause my Uncle Melski just passed away the week before Granddad's wedding, because he was supposed to be here. And his son is the one who really taught me how to like raise dogs, and that's something that's, to me, that's one of the best things to train as a dog animal. They more loyal than a human. I tell people all the time, I'm like, two things you can get that'll never do you wrong is a whip, some wheels, or an animal. And a dog is a loyal one. Cats too. Me goldfish would be like.
Hey, I noticed you when you drove up, you pretty skilled on that skateboard too.
Bro.
You could do all kind of things.
I skate faster than the Deuce bus. So if y'all know what the Deuce bus is and y'all see somebody look like me on the skateboard, that's me.
Man, I'm like, you got skills and everything. you said you'll be coming to the Dallas, Texas area. You said eventually, here in a little bit.
It's probably gonna be F1 week. I gotta come through. Gotta drop off some puppies.
Okay.
I gotta drop off a puppy to one of my homies in Dallas.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm glad you told us a lot about what's going on here in Las Vegas because, you know, people is concerned about homeless people and basically everything else that's going on. I noticed you was telling me that you write music, you train boxers, you pretty good.
Well, I was trained, so let me correct that. I trained in the UFC gym in Hawaii, BJ Penn's gym when I was in Hawaii with MMA champions, and then also Wrigleyville, Chicago, up until about January, February this year when I had left Chicago because I usually worked security by Vines and Clark and Cubbyville. So if you ever see that Wrigleyville Cubs win red sign, you turn around and you literally see half of the staff in orange, which are security guards that I work with at Vines and Clark, and then the UFC gym, Wrigleyville, is like right there. So you literally be at work half the time looking at what we gonna do for lunch. And then it's the UFC gym right there.
Yeah. Oh man. Hey, and okay. I want to ask you something too because people interested in winning at these casinos. Do you got any tips for anybody?
Yeah. Hey man, that's gonna be a whole
Las
nother
Vegas?
class. You gotta at me and Cash App Nigel DJ MC IVER. That's NIGEL DJ MC-IVER. Yeah.
Make sure everybody contact him there to find out all of his tips.
First one free, next one gonna cost you.
Make sure everybody contact him because this man is very smart and he got all kind of information. He could, if you into gambling, he could make you rich. He know all the secrets here in Las Vegas. So make sure y'all contact him and follow him everywhere. And any more places they can follow you at, you want to tell them right here at the end? Is that enough?
Like Pop said, shh,
all right.
Don't tell nobody, but tell everybody.
Hey, and I can tell you something, he's pretty funny too. He's a comedian. So make sure everybody follow him. Thank you so much.
Thank you.